Hi guys, I'm Soph. I am almost 20 years old. I am a art student and I am chronically ill. I was diagnosed at age 17, almost 18, with severe Crohn's disease, and that is a chronic illness that affects your digestive tract. It's an inflammatory disease, and it varies from person to person, and Google's there for you guys. I don't want to, that's not the point of this, me getting into explaining what Crohn's is. But basically, I was diagnosed with severe Crohn's disease. My doctor told me that out of all the cases he had seen, the severity of my disease was an 8 out of 10, which sucks. So for a long time, I was very ashamed about my illness. It was something I tried to cover up. It was something I tried to hide from as many people as I could, strangers, acquaintances, friends, whatever. I didn't want to talk about it. I was ashamed of it. When I was first diagnosed, I searched the internet frantically, trying to find someone, not even with Crohn's disease, but someone with a chronic illness, who just didn't just talk about their chronic illness, which is great. There are a lot of amazing Tumblr blogs, Instagrams, and just .com sites about people with chronic illnesses talking exclusively about how they deal with their chronic illness, but that wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I was a senior in high school when I was diagnosed. It was about 2 months before I graduated when I was first hospitalized for it. So I was looking for, life advice. I was about to enter music school for university for violin performance, and I wanted to see women with chronic illnesses succeeding in life and having other interests. Basically, what I was trying to find was someone who had a chronic illness, yes, but someone who shared a lot more about themselves than a chronic illness. Does that make sense? I searched frantically. I was in denial, I was in pain, and I couldn't find anyone like that. There was no resource for me that I could find like that. So since no one was talking about it online, since no one I knew was talking about it, I thought it was something that I should be ashamed about, which is totally untrue. It's taken a lot of work for me to grow as a person and to come to accept that this is something that I have for the rest of my life, something that affects me for the rest of my life. That sucks. But as I started becoming more comfortable with telling other people about my illness, I started to think that maybe I should be the girl that I was looking for when I was first diagnosed, when I was first frightened and overwhelmed and absolutely at a loss for what to do with myself. It's really scary as a young woman to be diagnosed with a chronic illness or a terminal illness. Oftentimes your doctors are older men, and discussing certain things with them makes you feel uncomfortable. So I was lucky enough to have a woman doctor in the very beginning who kind of sat me down and told me that it was very possible for me as a chronically ill woman to have sex, which at that time, I was not ready for that information. I was a senior in high school. I wasn't personally ready to have sex, just personally. But I infinitely appreciate her giving me that information, because most chronically ill women are not given that information and those resources, I guess. It is a very common misconception that all chronically ill women are asexual. Once you are diagnosed with a chronic illness, that makes you asexual. That is absolutely a myth. That is not true. Yes, asexual chronically ill people exist, but being chronically ill does not mean that you are asexual, if that makes sense. However, if you are chronically ill, you're often on a lot of different medications that compromise your immune system. You might be dealing with chronic pain, and you deal with body image issues. Those are all really common for chronically ill women. I think also personally, as a chronically ill woman, I harbor a lot of bitterness towards medical professionals and other individuals who have mistreated me in my 2 years of treatments. And chronically ill women put up walls because of that, because we don't want to be seen as vulnerable. At least that's not how I want to be seen. So I wrote an article about this, which will be in the bio. It will be the link in the bio. Basically a longer version of what I'm trying to say here, which is that, one, as a chronically ill woman, it is totally possible to have sex. It's totally possible to have a relationship if that's what you want. And it is totally possible for you to love yourself. And that goes across a broad spectrum of things. Masturbation. Just looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, I look really good today. Self-love has a lot of different definitions. So when I discovered Chakrubs, it came across my Discover page, and I was admittedly quite skeptical of it. I didn't really know what it was about, but I clicked on the and as I read through the website and kind of looked into the different meanings of the different crystals of both the Chakrubs and the yoni eggs. I'm sorry if that's coming off as unclear. So, okay, let's take the obsidian yoni egg as an example. This is supposed to be a powerful protective shield against negative energy, and shield you against
can this be sexually?
Yes, absolutely. And it is a great way for chronically ill women who are not able to have penetrative sex to incorporate something like this into your sex life. But as Vanessa was telling me, these things are not just sexual objects. They are things that you can carry with you, around with you, put under your pillow at night. And each crystal has a different meaning. So this one for me is kind of a symbol of protection, and it is something that I already know I have within me, but having an object that represents that and validates that. When I'm using this, when I'm carrying this around, I know I already have the strength to block out negative energy from situations or past events, but having an object that represents that is a great comfort. I'm just going to use one more example. The clear quartz yoni egg is supposed to be the most powerful crystal in the universe. It cleanses you, it cleanses your mind, it cleanses your body, and again, it kind of helps bounce off negative energy and past negative experiences. So maybe I'll sleep with this under my pillow. Maybe I'll use it in a sexual way. Maybe I'll take it with me to a doctor's appointment. But each of these have great meaning behind them. And these are more than sex toys, basically. Yes, they can be used in penetrative and non-penetrative ways. But they can also be used to put under your pillow at night, to take with you, to remind yourself of your own strength. The indigo chakra, which is made of pure blue aventurine. And this helps calm your fury, emotions, and anger, and turns it into something more positive. For me, that's amazing, because I, again, as a chronically ill woman, hold a lot of bitterness, anger, and fear about past events, about future events, and about current events. So having an object that represents my ability to calm myself and just kind of take time for myself in the middle of all this chaos is a great comfort. And that is why I feel like this is so amazing. So, number one, chronically ill women can have sex. You just have to be safe. You have to know that you're comfortable with yourself and with the person or people that you're having sex with. Will these crystals heal you? I don't believe so, no. But I think that they represent the strength that you already hold within yourself and will turn you into a more positive person. In the past few days, I've been doing a lot of introspection and just thinking back on past events and future events and using these as a way to calm myself and better myself. 3, and finally, you are capable of having a relationship if you want one. And you are, and I mean this from the very bottom of my heart, you are so much more than your illness. You are so much more than a body on an exam table or in a hospital bed. You are a complex human being, a complex woman with emotions and feelings that don't always relate to your chronic illness. You are allowed to be angry, you're allowed to be confused, but I think that using something like Chakrubs will help you become a more positive, thoughtful person and work on improving yourself, improving your self-love, improving your relationship if you have one, working on finding a relationship that suits you if you want one, and just becoming a better human being. And by better human being, I mean letting go of the things that suck so badly in your life and trying to use them in a positive way. I don't want to make it sound like I have all the answers in life, because I don't. I am just about to turn 20. I have a lifetime of chronic illness ahead of me. If you had told me 2 years ago, sorry, I'm going to start crying. If you had told me 2 years ago that I would be so open about my illness to the world, sorry. If you had told me that I would be the girl that I wanted to see when I was first diagnosed and giving positivity and help to other chronically ill young women, I would have laughed. So I hope that is a testament to the fact that you will grow. Maybe you'll be more comfortable with sharing your illness with other people, and maybe you won't. And either way, it's fine. But I want you to know, if you are looking for a resource, if you're looking for a chronically ill young woman who talks about her illness, yes, but also talks about her passions and her interests and her future career, that's me now. And I am here for you guys. Chronically ill women are extraordinarily underrepresented in society, in fashion, in beauty, in business, in whatever. And I want to change that. So if you are a chronically ill young woman watching this, I hope that this was a source of comfort or inspiration to you. And if you are not chronically ill and watching this, I hope that this was educational for you. And if you want to read more about this and how Chakrubs has affected me positively, the link will be in the bio to the article that I wrote, and also my Instagram will be tagged in this video. So I want to thank Vanessa, I want to thank Chakrubs, and I just want to kind of take a minute to be like, oh my god, I'm here at this point in my life where I'm comfortable sharing this with you guys. And I hope to continue representing chronically ill young women in a positive manner and showing that they are, yes, a lot more than their illness. That is the point that I want to get across the most. And that, yes, you can have sex. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And to all the chronically ill young women watching this, I have so much love for you. Come visit my profile. I talk about my illness a lot. I want to start talking about this more because I believe it is a damn fucking shame that chronically ill women, especially chronically ill young women, are so underrepresented in society and kind of seen as one-dimensional. So I hope you'll visit my site. I hope that you will see that that is absolutely not true, that I am a lot more than my illness, and all of the chronically ill young women watching this, so are you. And I love you all.